neighbourhood in Manchester is a trendy minimal apartment block for young professionals. But behind one of its doors is a very dirty secret, a mountain of junk. And it all belongs to just one man, IT professional Stuart Hodgkiss.
I wouldn't like to think of myself as a hoarder, but when you look around, I have got so much stuff.
The living room and adjoining kitchen are complete chaos.
Clothing. I've got action figures as well, with all their bits in them.
The bedroom is groaning under the weight of Stuart's stuff. And yet, this is a home he shares with his partner of 10 years, Anna Corbold.
Living amongst piles of stuff is a challenge.
I think I've always been like this, and when Anna met me, she knew. I've got a buzz for buying, definitely. I love the whole retail experience. CD players, DVD players, portable music players, DJ equipment, photography equipment.
Stuart's main obsession is with having the latest, greatest gadgets.
You definitely need a new TV. This one's quite old now, it's plasma. The smartphones, this one's brand new. It's last year's model, never been opened. Invested thousands and thousands of pounds on equipment that I used maybe 5-6 times.
In 5 minutes you could have spent £100 online without even thinking about it.
Anna, who also works in IT, pays half the mortgage, but has to balance the books too.
If he spent £50 this month on clothes or gadgets, then I then think, well, that's kind of that money gone. I want to make sure that we have got enough to last the rest of the month.
And after enduring a decade of hoarding, Anna's reached the end of the road.
I definitely do think we have reached the point of no return. Stuart's spending is going to lead to us having financial problems.
That could get quite bad if it carries on down this route, so it's something I need to stop doing. I need to stop shopping, I need to stop spending, I need to stop looking for the latest, greatest thing and deal with the one I've got. I need to fix this. I need to learn enough is enough.
Here to help Stuart turn round his life and home are Nick Allen and Abigail Ahern. Nick is an international dealer with 10 years' experience in the business.
I can place an item into the right market sector so that it makes the most amount of money in a short amount of time.
His job is to help sell off as much of Stuart's hoard of electronics and toys as possible. The money raised will fund a redesign of Stuart's home by interior designer Abigail Ahern.
I believe that the space that we live in is just as important to our health as diet and exercise. Most people don't understand how our environment affects mood and behaviour. So if you neglect your homes, you neglect your happiness. It's as simple as that.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Stuart, nice to meet you, Stuart.
Hi.
Hi, Anna.
Wow.
Explain!
What is going on in here?
Yeah, this is my fault, I guess. It's our house, we own the place together.
Oh, right, you live here as well?
Yeah.
That isn't actually obvious.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
I'm often reluctant to get rid of things.
Things like the Lego minifigures are constantly expanding.
Computers,
Found a few
iPods.
smartphones in there.
Yeah, I quite like them. I always like the latest of everything. Big fan of technology. I don't just buy the basic, I always buy the best.
Anna, how do you feel about all of this?
The collecting and the excessive amount of brand new electronics every year is something that has been a problem for a while.
How much roughly do you think you've spent?
You're looking tens of thousands over the years.
Doesn't that cause real conflict in your relationship, you guys? Because I would be quite annoyed.
It's almost become a bit of a running joke.
I think I've always been this way, and she signed up for it.
But it bothers you, because I can sort of
does.
tell that it bothers you.
It does bother me.
Do you actually realise you've got a problem, though?
I know I've got a problem. I have no idea how to fix it.
We just
This
need
is
to replace that buzz that you get from buying the latest, greatest gadget with something else. So, Anna, I can't see a lot of you in this space.
It would be nice to have a little bit more space for sort of toiletries and makeup and stuff.
It bothers me that he's got so much and you've got so little.
How much percentage of this stuff do you think you actually will use again?
Everything you're seeing on the floor at the moment will probably be never used again.
With clothes, I tend to sort of find a couple of pieces that I like and then just wear them till they fall apart and then replace them.
I've got a jacket I found which cost me £400. I remember spending my student loan on it. It never fit me. It didn't fit me in the shop.
What's the worst it's got financially with Stuart's spending?
We've run a little short on food. Had to have a little bit of help from Stuart's parents.
Seriously? At the end of the month, it's that fine a line, each month?
At the moment, yeah.
This is a problem. If it doesn't stop, it could have an effect on your relationship. We've just got to get you to see how serious this is.
With so much at stake, Nick and Abby want to explore Stuart's hoard to get into his mindset and see the scale of what they're dealing with.
Fast food toys. That's full. There's half a dozen boxes of this. There must be 1,000 Happy Meal toys.
But look at all these Action Men in boxes. Oh my God, there's a whole box of them.
A lot of photography kit here. Oh, this is professional kit. Look. Oh, wow, look. It's like mobile phone after mobile phone.
Oh my God.
That's 450 quid, that
There's
is.
a lot of money in that cupboard. What's really interesting for me is that he obviously bought this apartment. It's cool, it's urban, it's a bit hip. He bought into the lifestyle of cool, urban, hip. And yet, it looks like this.
That's not cool, urban, hip, is it?
That's
just... cool, urban, tip.
I know.
Nick and Abby are having Stuart's excess goods boxed up and taken to a warehouse.
Getting nervous now, to be honest.
Stuart's going to see just how serious his shopping addiction is in the hope it'll motivate him to change.
I can hear them in the other room. I've no idea what they're taking. I'm, kind of cautious. Everything's disappearing.
Soon, Stuart will have to decide how much of his hoard he's prepared to let go.
How quickly it's all just been packed up after being here for so many years.
It's easy as a store like this. We might not need to sell it.
He's in denial, and the laughter's nervous laughter because he is embarrassed, and he does accept that there's a problem.
From my point of view, from a design perspective, I want to give Anna a voice because I don't feel that she has one. I want her to feel that she can have a home that reflects her.
While the flat is cleared, Anna and Stuart move into a local hotel where she can finally escape from the relentless clutter of the flat.
It's very clean and tidy.
There's a real sense of relief now because it's done. It's like pulling a plaster off.
At the warehouse, Stuart's hoard is unpacked and laid out. With enough stuff to fill 2 tennis courts, the scale of it is astonishing. Representing a lifetime of purchases. It includes 100 designer bags,
This is a man bag fetish.
thousands of comic books and magazines, enough plastic toys to fill a skip,
This is mindless consumerism. He is addicted to shopping.
and 10 grand's worth of photographer's equipment.
Stuart has spent a small fortune on these electrical goods. Just this phone here, he told me he bought that for £500, cash. And it's still in the box in the cellophane. Never invest in futures technology. Buy what you need, because it's going to be outdated very quickly. It's like buying a car on a forecourt. The moment you drive it off, you lose 20, 30%.
Tucked away in Stuart's hoard are an Xbox and a mountain of computer software. He's not alone. Over half of British households now have a games console. But while it's a market that quickly depreciates, there are some consoles which, even years after they were first released, aren't just Space Invaders. If you own one of these 1974 Pong machines by Atari, it's classic and would now fetch £300. Similarly, this 1972 Magnavox Odyssey didn't sell in big numbers at the time, but these days a mint condition one could make up to £200 online. It's not just ancient classics. This little-known Apple games console from 1975 was only released in Japan and North America. It was a flop at the time, but is now selling for £500, almost as much as a brand new, top-of-the-range smartphone. But there's more to Stuart's bounty than just electronics. Nick's used the Force and spotted a Star Wars spaceship toy.
The only thing I saw earlier was this. It's a vintage Millennium Falcon in its box.
If Stuart's serious about changing the way he and Anna live, then he's going to have to let go.
It's a case of all the gear and no idea.
But when Stuart comes face to face with his precious hoard, will he really be able to let go?
Wow, that is amazing.
Stuart Hodgkiss's life has been taken over by an addiction to shopping.
My smartphone's last year's model, never been opened. I need to stop shopping, I need to stop spending, I need to learn enough is enough.
Until yesterday, the one-bed flat he shares with girlfriend Anna was stuffed with gadgets and toys, putting a huge strain on their lives.
I definitely do think we have reached the point of no return.
Expert dealer Nick Allen is going to clear the hoard from their home by selling off as much of it as he can. Designer Abigail Ahern will then use the money to transform the living room and bedroom with the aim of stopping his compulsive buying.
It's insane. You can't, it doesn't function as a room.
Stuart's entire hoard has been moved to a warehouse, leaving their flat with just the basics. Now, for the first time since moving in, they'll see their home clutter-free.
Well, it's echoing.
There's nothing left.
You can move around without kind of tripping over.
Shocking. I honestly have no idea if I'll be able to keep this clutter-free. I'm just scared I'm going to fill it back up again pretty quickly.
Stuart and Anna's flat may look good free of stuff, but for Abby, this isn't just about a lick of paint. She wants her redesign of the two main rooms in the flat to break Stuart's vicious hoarding cycle.
I really want to give Stuart a cool, funky interior to stop him cluttering it up with a whole load of electronics and other stuff. I really want to give Anna a voice. So I want to introduce some cool feminine touches that aren't that girly, but actually make her feel that she's living in that space as well. The overall scheme is loft living, but I'm giving it a very British twist. It's all about the living room. So I want to give them a space that they can hang out in, relax in, and entertain in. I found this beautiful wallpaper. It's actually of an old distressed flag, and it's designed by Vivienne Westwood. So it's going behind the TV wall, so when you walk in, your attention doesn't go to the TV, it actually goes to this beauty. In the bedroom, I want to keep the loft theme going. I want to give them a wallpaper that's inspired by this New York skyline. I think they'll totally love it. I want to feminize it, and I want to add flashes of yellow so Anna feels it's as much her space as it is Stuart's. To make it work, I need at least £3,000. Anything less than that, and I'm seriously going to struggle.
But first, Abby needs to get the thumbs up from Stuart and Anna.
This is such a beautiful building when you see it like this. Architecturally, it's stunning. I think it would be really nice to kind of cozy this space in a little bit more.
The main area of their flat is the open-plan living room and kitchen. Until yesterday, it was jam-packed with hundreds of boxes, making it totally unpractical and unusable.
I wanted to give you a space that was a little bit more eclectic, so with a kind of a big rug and maybe like a Chesterfield sofa and then really beautiful lamps, kind of lots of different layers going on.
Like a New York loft type.
Yeah, exactly that New York Soho House type look that's just full of interesting stuff.
The bedroom was just an overflow area for Stuart's stockpile. Abby hopes it can become a more girl-friendly space.
It would be lovely to take the white off the walls and give you a softer, little bit more relaxing vibe in here. And I know the other day you said you wouldn't mind having like a little makeup station or dressing area where you could actually, you know, get ready from, which would be quite nice to give you.
Anna's always wanted like a bureau or a little desk.
That was great for me. Anna and Stuart really loved my suggestions and seemed to be really excited about having a proper apartment for the first time, which is so important because I really want to give them a space that they love and that they're proud of and that they respect.
At the warehouse, it's crunch time. Stuart must now confront everything he's hoarded over the years. Having been so attached to his toys and gadgets, will he be able to let them go?
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that is amazing.
did all that fit in our apartment?
Yeah, this is worrying, isn't it?
It's a sea of electronic goods and toys, and box upon box of other rarely used items.
At first, it's quite a shock just seeing everything piled up, laid out. That it just seems landslides of toys and clothes and electrical equipment.
Didn't really realise quite how much I'd accumulated. There's a tie that's red, blue, white there. That cost me £80. I wore it once.
But don't you think that is just so stupid to buy it, spend hundreds of pounds on something just to show off to friends?
But isn't that the crux of the whole hoard? I mean, it's not just clothes, it's to show off computers and latest gadgets. That's your point of doing it.
To look affluent, I guess, is the important thing.
To look affluent even when you're not affluent.
Even when you're pushing yourself, way into the zeros.
Because that's really important to you.
Yeah.
So how much for this lot?
That computer cost me £2.5. Television was £1,500, and then you've got the smartphones as well. They're what, £500 a pop. Then you've got the video games.
Anna, how does it make you feel just seeing all this money before your very eyes?
It is quite a shock to think about how much has gone in all of this over the years.
I am shocked.
Box of
That is £12,000 or £15,000 there.
Yeah.
But most galling of all are the expensive hobbies that fall by the wayside, like the top-of-the-range photography equipment, which cost Stuart £10,000.
I decided to invest and start a business out of it, and never quite had enough time to build that business.
Of all the kind of bits and bobs, I think the camera equipment for me was one of the biggest ones I had to swallow.
But it's not just electronics in Stuart's hoard.
What's the deal with this lot of toys? But isn't it a bit childlike?
You've got to have a sense of your childhood, though.
Sense?
Young at heart's always good.
You're young all over.
They're a bit embarrassing.
They are a bit embarrassing.
There are a lot of young people that have built up collections like this. It's a very easy, basic, entry-level collecting for youngsters. I've got a few plans for this, a few angles to try and get as much as we can.
Abby and Nick want Stuart to come to terms with letting his hoard go. They've got a radical challenge to start the process.
We would like you to go around your hoard and put the essential items on this table that you really want to keep.
Stuart makes a beeline for his favourite electronic goods.
What do you want to keep out of this lot?
TV.
TV's priority.
All right,
Go.
I don't want to see the green men in a plastic jar.
He's also got some quirkier sentimental items to save.
That works. You see? I'm not letting you near that. Be careful with them.
with what?
With the Lego.
What about this Pirates of the Caribbean?
That can go.
Go.
That's
Get
going
rid
to
of
get
it.
rid of.
Good.
But after casting an eye over the rest of his haul,
What about the sort of knight on horseback?
Nah.
No.
No. We've had it since uni. Let's get rid of it.
showing little attachment to the rest of his stuff, gadget lover Stuart takes a brave step.
You know what? I think the rest of that can go.
Wow. That's amazing.
I think I've agreed to get rid of about 95% of my stuff, which means I've got 95% of just crap there that I didn't need anymore.
But could Stuart just be keen on an upgrade?
It's good that we've got things to sell, and it's good that he's only keeping a small amount of this stuff. But it's still early days. I've seen something in him that I haven't seen in anyone else. And I think it's this showing off mentality.
Yeah, you're right.
To him, this is boring. So he's going to go out and buy more.
No, because I have a plan. My plan is to give him, and obviously Anna, an apartment that's so amazing that he's going to want to show it off to all his friends.
Bingo.
In order to do luxury and show-offy, I need some dosh, Nick.
It's not rocket science, is it?
No.
Nick must now sell what he can to help Stuart get rid of his unwanted stuff and stop it from ever returning to the flat. He has a plan for the electrical items, but first he wants to shift as many toys as he can. The Donington Toy Fair is a huge quarterly event. Nick has used his contacts to set up Stuart with a pitch.
You ready for this, Stuart?
Yeah.
This is going to be busy.
Up to 500 traders gather here to sell everything from antique memorabilia to die-cast model railways. It attracts thousands of serious collectors.
It's a little bit daunting. A lot of people around with a lot better stuff, I think. I have no idea what any of this stuff's worth.
In Stuart's vast collection is a T-Rex dinosaur, a Star Wars spaceship, lots of toys from the mid-90s still in boxes, comic audio storybooks and action figures.
This place is going to get really busy in about 5 minutes.
The goal today may be to make as much money as possible. But the real challenge for Stuart will be letting his precious stuff go.
We've got like a golden hour. It's kind of the first hour the public can come in. Just say, good morning, nice to see you. Anything take your fancy. If you want any prices, talk to me. How you doing? All right. Smile.
But Stuart's in no hurry to shift his gear.
They're all my old toys from my home, so I played with them all. I can tell you what I've got.
Stuart's having a lovely time talking to people. Nice if you actually did some selling. There's a lot of customers here. Good morning. Good morning.
We're not here to exhibit a museum, we're here to make money for you.
Do you want his tenner? Yes or no?
No, I think I'll get more for that.
You are overvaluing this stuff.
Stuart has a buyer for his T-Rex offering £25, but he's insisting a helicopter from the same range be sold with it as part of the deal.
Let you have it 40 for the lot. So I'd be happy.
He only wants the dinos, that's what he likes, dinos, don't you?
Look, is it really going to make much difference to your life?
I want to keep them together, Nick, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
Stuart's conditions of sale are making it impossible to let the stuff go. Nick needs to be firm with him if he's going to shift it.
You have got to let go and be happy to let go.
Let's get it moved.
You look like you're nervous.
I do, I'm kind of attached to some of this, so I might just walk away and let you do it.
That's not happening. This is your process, not me.
It's 3 hours into the toy fair and the clock is ticking.
Take his money.
Right.
Take his tenner and say thank you very much. Enjoy them.
They've got rid of very little so far. It's crucial for Nick to focus Stuart on the bigger picture.
I was supposed to help you sell your stuff. You're not behind the whole process.
I'm obviously attached to it and I'm pricing it too high, and I'm not letting them go for the price that it should be going for. I'm sorry.
Genuinely, no, look, it's not me you need to apologise to. It's yourself and Anna, it's your life.
My realisation through the day, you know what, I'd really like this apartment, I'd like it done up. I'm thinking of my current wage and what I earn per hour, and what I earn per day, and what I earn per week. I know that doesn't equate to the things I buy at the end of the month, and how that's only ever going to be a downward spiral.
Seriously, what are we going to do?
Need to shift this lot for a start.
But Stuart's overpricing means they've got half a day of lost sales to make up for.
We need a drive, we need a sales drive.
I'm going to make up a sign, I'm going to get something on the tannoy, I'm going to carry on working, because I'll never give up. You've got to stand there and hold that. Ladies and gentlemen, pitch number 20 is having a sale. Please come and make us an offer.
Slowly but surely the punters are rolling in. With just an hour to go, Stuart finally starts listening to offers.
Stuart, make me an offer.
Got a 9. Got a 9. Go on,
No, come on, take the man's £9.
Sure,
Take his £9.
50.
How much it is?
55.
55.
Right, that's done. We've more than doubled our takings for the whole day in 10 minutes. I mean, I think we just took a couple of £100 in 10 minutes. Maybe more.
I don't know how much I've got here. There's too big a rush.
As the pitch starts clearing, Star Wars Spaceship has an interested buyer. Nick's got a ballpark figure in mind.
Okay.
If you get 50 quid for that, you've done well. 30 quid, 40 quid, you'll be alright.
All right. 55, yours?
Take his 50.
Take his 50.
Take his 50.
50.
50. Yeah.
Brilliant. I'd hold it from the bottom. Thank you very much.
By the end of the toy fair, Stuart's cleared a large chunk of his hoard. It's time to cash up and find out how much they've raised towards the redesign.
How do you think we did?
There's about 200 there.
Reckon?
Yeah.
You haven't been watching. 425 quid today.
Wow.
That's a success, yeah?
Yeah.
It was a shaky start, but by the end of the day, we'd almost cleared the pitch. There's hardly anything left, and he's got some cash.
With cash in hand, Stuart wants to take a detour. After a promising start to the process, he's about to drop a bombshell.
Seriously?
I think this is going to be my last big purchase.
How long have you been saying that?
Since the last big purchase.
But really, is that what makes you happy? This is all temporary. This stuff comes and goes. I thought this was about getting your house made over, sorting your relationship out. As much as you love each other, there might just come a time where she just has enough. If I'd known that you wanted to spend that money on a telly, I don't even know if I'd have bothered. And you're just not getting it. You really aren't.
Compulsive shopper Stuart is desperate to free himself from spending and hoarding. He sold some of his possessions at a toy fair.
And take the man's £9. Take his £9.
But Nick's worst fears came true, as shopaholic Stuart couldn't go cold turkey.
I think this is going to be my last big purchase.
Surely it's about your girlfriend and your future.
Yeah.
Luckily, Nick managed to keep him on the straight and narrow. For now. This morning, Abby is starting the redesign of the 2 main rooms in the flat.
The idea behind this design is off living, but with a British twist. So I'm keeping it chic, but with some cool, quirky touches.
Oh, but it's going to be so cool. Look at it. Love it.
If Stuart loves his home, he won't feel the need to buy more stuff.
We're running short of paint.
How short of paint are we running?
Very short of paint.
Abby's concerned that she's short of the funds that will give Stuart and Anna the luxury flat they want.
The budget is a bit disastrous. I really need Nick to pull out all the stops. I mean, literally all the stops, and get me quite a lot more money.
Stuart's shown willing when it comes to letting go of his toys, but when it comes to the big-ticket electronics, he's having major doubts.
It cost me a lot of money. It's something I'm reluctant to get rid of.
It's second-hand and it's been replaced with smaller, more powerful stuff now.
I'm sorry. I'd rather do without a fancy throw or a nice chair.
Now Nick's concerned that Stuart will never let the majority of the hoard go. It's time to break the news to Abby.
Hey, Abby, how are you?
I'm okay-ish. How are we doing with the budget?
Problem is, the money's not enough for Stuart. He won't sell the stuff at this stage. I've got to try and make him see sense. But I'm not actually holding out much hope, to be honest, girl.
What are we going to do?
I've tried everything. I've tried softly. I've tried tough love. Tomorrow it's going to be simple logic.
All right, well, I wish you an immense amount of luck.
Nick needs to encourage Stuart to let go and sell as many of the electrical goods as possible. He thinks a pop-up shop in central Manchester is the best way forward.
I have found Stuart a swanky shop. Everybody here's got money. This should be the perfect place for Stuart to shift that upmarket hoard.
Hopefully, people are going to pay him good money for all of this.
It's finally sort of leaving. I think if we could try and move as much as we can, that would be great.
But for Stuart, it's the part of his hoard that he's really attached to. So when reality bites, will he actually let it go?
Hi, welcome to my emporium.
Thank you very much.
Amongst the goods in Stuart's bounty are a brand new iPhone 4S, laptops, headphones, a games console and computer software.
If my boyfriend kept coming home with all of this stuff, I'd demand at least 3/4 of it was taken back. It's just a ridiculous amount of technology to have. It's unnecessary.
Closest to Stuart's heart is a top-of-the-range smartphone. At the warehouse, he agreed in principle to let it go. If he does, it should raise £300 towards the redesign.
How much would you be willing to sell that to me?
$499.
$499. 499 would be too much. That I would like.
What would you pay for it?
I'd pay 300 for it.
Can't go as low as 300.
I'd like to come back to it if that's okay.
Right, no worries.
Yeah.
Is it possible that we could temporarily close the shop for a quick meeting for 5 minutes?
With Stuart finding it hard to face up to his hoarding habit, Nick wants to take action.
You are asking too much.
450, we can move down.
450?
I'm happy with that. 400's my lowest.
You're not
Sticking
going
by
to sell
that.
it, mate. You can't get 400 for that. This is the same old Stuart, the same old I think it's worth that. When are you going to get real and admit that you've actually got a problem? If you don't break this pattern of behaviour, what could go wrong?
No money, runs out, goes dry. Can't live.
No food?
No food, no
No
water.
girlfriend?
Yeah, she might leave me.
This is your chance to get real and make a change in your life.
cash.
There's got to be a time where this isn't funny anymore and you wake up and smell the roses.
Soon, I hope.
I just couldn't let it go anymore. This time, I could tell he was actually listening to me. But has it sunk in that he's actually got to sell this stuff? I don't know. We've got 6 hours of pop-up shop left. Let's see.
Like Modern Warfare, you're going to like the Battlefield games.
But Nick's harsh words seem to have finally woken Stuart up.
I'm actually negotiating with a customer to get rid of one of the smartphones. I'm quite happy with that.
But now for the moment of truth. Stuart's ultimate test has just walked in with a big wedge of cash. He wants to snap up the phone, but he's a canny buyer and wants a few other things thrown in too.
Them two, and we'll do the deal.
Will Stuart let his bundle go for a more reasonable price? £350 for the phone and £150 for the other bits.
No.
Just agree on 500 quid. It's a round figure.
You can give me DVDs. You said you're chucking some DVDs.
I'll throw you one DVD in for 500
quid. Sweet.
Got rid of the phone, PlayStation, a couple of DS's. I'm really happy actually. I think I should have sold it a few months ago. I don't know why we left it so late. The price has obviously come down on it. It's stuff I don't use anymore. Don't really need to be in a cupboard. Let's get rid of it before it's too late.
It's the 11th hour, and it looks like Stuart has finally got it. Brilliant. Better late than never, I suppose. All we've got to do now is shift this stuff, and I think we could just about hit Abby's target.
You're happy?
I'm happy.
Brilliant.
Deal.
Thank you.
By the end of trading, it's been a big success. They've made £2,276.50. But to prove that Stuart's learned a lesson and won't spend the hard-earned cash, Nick wants him to make another deal, this time with Anna.
You buy things you don't need. And I think Anna feels the same way.
I would say there are times, yes.
You have got to get an agreement. Cut the cards up. Cut them up. Please, agree to that. This is it, crunch time.
I look at this table, there's a lot of mistakes on it. I'm happy with that.
Anna?
That's it.
I like what I'm hearing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. They stand a chance of a secure future together. But she needs to monitor him like a hawk.
I'm going to take your cards and stow them away for the time being. How would you feel about that?
Still don't like it.
You still don't like it? Well,
Gonna have to do it.
I'm going to take these. I'm going to help you to get over this spending habit.
Okay.
I feel good about the fact that Stuart has agreed to stop spending. I foresee it's going to be tough, and see how we get on in 6 months' time.
It's going to be incredibly hard to stick to this agreement and stop shopping. I think I can do it.
Now, with a bigger portion of the budget, Abby can get the redesign going full steam ahead.
It will be cosy and beautiful. Beautiful.
Her Vivienne Westwood flag adds the wow she wanted, but Abby's aspirational design doesn't stop there. She's also building Stuart and Anna a fireplace.
Love it. I mean, you know, I'm making a small room smaller, but that's intentional. I think it will really cozy it up and make it look really intimate.
Too close to you.
I really want Stuart to understand it's not all about having latest, newest. It's about living in a home that you love and respect. If I can get him to love his home and not always keep buying the latest thing, then I've nailed it.
Despite the success of the pop-up shop, there is still a lot of Stuart's hoard left. Nick wants to sell Stuart's massive old DVD collection to prevent this bulky load from reappearing in their new streamlined flat.
Yeah. We've literally got hundreds of DVDs, CDs, Xbox games that we'd like to sell.
Nick has found an electronics exchange that he's sure will swap Stuart's 400 DVDs for cash.
Then we've got a value for how much we sell them for, how much we exchange them for, and how much you get for cash. So once I've totaled it all up, I'll give you a price.
Brilliant, thank you.
You can now shift your old dust-collecting DVDs for money without even leaving the house, as there are a host of web companies who will snap them up, like Music Magpie and Zapper. Enter the barcode number or scan it using a webcam. Then you'll get a cash value. The average DVD will probably earn you 30 pence, but for die-hard film fans with hundreds of DVDs, the money does tot up.
There's 10 years worth of DVDs here, and to get some money back would be great.
It really couldn't be easier, could it?
No.
But every time that thing goes bleep, we're making money. It is as easy as that.
It's usually the other way around.
With you?
Yeah. Every time that thing usually goes bleep, it's money coming out of the bank account.
But what has Stuart's 10-year-old film collection got to offer?
How much?
£321.40.
Wow.
That is fantastic news. Another £321.40. That means we have beaten the target. I think we're 20 quid above, which means you are buying the beers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stuart Hodgkiss is a shopaholic hoarder. To help refocus the energy he squanders on buying things, designer Abigail Ahern wants to give him a home to be proud of.
I think Stuart fundamentally loves showing off with all his gadgets and gizmos. So my plan is to give him a home that he can totally love and show off to all his buddies, and therefore will hopefully inspire him to stop cluttering up with all his stuff, because he'll love it, respect it, and not want to spoil it.
One of Abby's show-off design ideas involves using a crafty trick to update an old table.
I wanted to give Stuart a reminder of some of the stuff that he was collecting, and this is turning it into quite a funky art installation. You tear up bits of magazines, in this case Stuart's Beano, and cover them with an adhesive, and you just create layer after layer after layer.
Decoupage turns old rubbish into something exciting and new, and proves that style doesn't have to be expensive.
It's a really fab way, I think, of giving their flat a bit of kudos, which Stuart really wants.
Now for the finishing touches.
Actually, I think I want it this side. So he's going to do that.
Oh, wow.
Lovely.
Ta-da!
For Abby, the best design is contemporary spins on classics. And this cruelty-free animal head for Stuart's wall is a case in point. A quirky take on the hunting trophies of yesteryear. Another example of a modern reinvention of the past is this traditional standard 1950s style Anglepoise light. It can now be found supersized and funked up in shocking colours like fuchsia pink or purple. In the olden days, people would think nothing of skinning rare and beautiful animals before turning them into rugs. Modern designers are using this as the inspiration for trendy, uber-cool, animal-friendly rugs, like this one in a zebra style from Jonathan Adler. The old-fashioned Chesterfield armchair is synonymous with smoky, old-school gentlemen's clubs. But design hipsters Squint have reupholstered and reinvented it for a modern, fashionable audience. So in fashion, it seems, you can teach an old dog new tricks.
This has been a real challenge. I really hope we've been able to curb his compulsive urge to continually buy more stuff.
3 weeks ago, Stuart confronted his hoard.
Wow, that is amazing.
But after struggling to let much of it go...
Kind of attached to some of this, so I might just walk away and let you do it.
That's not happening. This is your process, not me.
This compulsive shopper finally learnt the ultimate lesson.
I'm looking at this table, there's a lot of mistakes on it.
And came to an agreement with his hard-done-by girlfriend.
Cut the cards up.
I think I can do it.
Abby began work on transforming the key rooms in their home.
If I can get him to love his home and not always keep buying the latest thing, then I've nailed it.
But has getting rid of nearly half his hoard and the redesign been the life-changing experience Nick and Abby hoped for?
I'm excited, I'm sort of quite giddy now, I just want to get in.
It's very exciting.
Oh wow.
Before, Stuart and Anna's living room was so cluttered you couldn't walk more than 2 paces in it. Now it's at the heart of the redesign. Abby's vision was loft living with a British twist, and to give Stuart and Anna a calm, welcoming space to have friends round in. Now their living room is just that, with quirky touches for the British twist. There's lots of space to entertain, as well as a great place to spend time together in as a couple.
There's a moose!
Awesome, we've got a moose.
And the adjoining kitchen is now a chic and fully functioning space too. Abby has added flowers and cushions, making the space more feminine for Anna. Those little touches give much needed warmth, as well as helping to break up all the straight lines.
It's amazing.
It's cool, hey?
Yeah.
Look!
Oh wow, that's really cool.
This is lovely.
Fireplace. It's much more homely, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a home rather than like a student pad.
Look at Anna's face.
She's so excited.
I'm delighted you love this room. Let's go and look at the next one.
Before, the bedroom was piled with mountains of Stuart's clothes, and Anna wanted a proper place for all her things. Now the storage space is accessible, and there's somewhere to put her makeup too. In the bedroom, the striking feature wallpaper is young, playful and fun, and gives the space focus.
Wow. That's so cool.
What about shelves?
That's quite funky. Look at the tables.
I know. I love it.
The redesign of the flat is beautiful. It's so homely. There's no room for me to make any more errors and buy any more things.
Have you learned out of this process?
I think from now on, I'm only going to buy things that I need. And I think Anna's always going to be my guiding light there, just to verify.
So you're now an ex-hoarder?
Yeah, definitely.
Just to see them so happy is, you know, what decorating is all about. It totally changes lives. If you have a really cool space that you want to live in and you feel happy in, you'll respect it.
Today we've got a home. 5-6 years later, we've managed to get a home from our apartment. Without you guys, we'd never have done that.
Wow. That's good news.
So happy.
I really hope now we've made a difference to Stuart's thinking in terms of his spending. He'll focus some of his energy on the relationship and Anna. It'd be really nice to see.
I definitely see a more positive future as a result of this process.
I didn't think this process was going to make us any closer. I didn't think there was any room to get closer. And somehow it has.